Hey guys, today I wanted to make a video about the power of language. And I wanted to make this because I feel like this topic is not talked about enough. And so language is something that we use every single day, every single moment. And in fact, a lot of our language, the way that we discuss things, begins to inform our thought patterns, the way that we even begin to think in our head. So language goes beyond just the way that we speak about things, but it goes into the way that we think about things, the way that we feel about things. And so paying attention to your language can become really important because the way that you talk, the way you discuss things, will inform the way that you think about things and the way that you feel about things. And the reason this is important to focus on is because oftentimes when we're talking about something, we really separate that from our sense of, any impact on our thoughts and our feelings. And we may kind of take the way that we speak about things for granted and not think very carefully about the word choice that we use or the way that we choose to describe things, the analogies that we use for things. And when we begin reflecting on these things and begin relating them back to how we think and we feel, you can begin to see correlations between your thoughts, your feelings, and the language that you use to communicate with people on an everyday basis. And so it's very important to pay attention to the language that you use and to use language that is going to influence your thoughts and feelings in a way that is, more useful for you. So, if you're looking at a certain situation and you liken it to something that is maybe more negative or difficult, your outlook on that thing is going to be more negative and difficult. If your solutions to problems when you're in conversation are not really practical in a real life scenario, then oftentimes your way of thinking or feeling about difficult situations isn't actually going to be as practical or useful for you. And so by paying attention to the language that you use and the way that you look at different problems and things that come up in your life, you can begin to kind of craft almost the way that you also think about those things and feel about those things. So for instance, approaching, a problem as a challenge rather than an issue, let's say, right? A lot of times someone's idea of an issue might be that it's something that they are continuously dealing with. I have this issue that I'm continuously dealing with, or, chronic problem. Approaching that as a challenge or an obstacle to overcome, or just something to, work on, for example, can create more of an opportunity for action, for things that you can do to proactively begin working on that thing. So these are just examples of how our language informs our reality. Another one that I've heard discussed is the way that we talk about our feelings. So to say that I am angry will associate you with that anger. In other words, you are making your identity synonymous with anger, rather than saying that you have anger or that you feel anger, right? These are different things than being anger or being angry. And so when you associate your feelings with your state of being, you become very attached to those emotions, and you are not as in control because of your relationship that you've created with those emotions, versus saying that, oh, I felt anger. It's no longer a part of who you are. It's just something that you felt. It's an external thing that has nothing to do with you, inherently. It's something that you are experiencing, that you're observing, that you have, that you own, right? And that allows you to have a better sense of control over your emotions, or at least think about your emotions and feel that way about your emotions, as you, kind of experience the unconscious effects of language on your thinking and your feeling. So as you're going about, your day and just going about life, pay close attention to the language that you use and begin using a language that reflects more of how you would like to have a relationship to different things in your life, different obstacles, different problems that come up, right? And also looking at things from a perspective of how you want to feel about things as you go about your life, and using language that is in tune with how you would like to feel versus maybe, looking at it as a very dramatic issue of what you're feeling right now. So I'll leave you with that, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.